over the next 5 years was that we were going to help 1 million people create a passive income on the internet, and like I said, within the next 5 years. And the reason why we invited you here to this workshop is because we want you to be one of them. And we're going to take you through the whole entire process right here tonight, and you're going to be able to leave this workshop knowing everything that you need to know to do it. And I'm going to actually not just do it on slides, I'm going to actually show you how to build it live during this workshop. Okay, so as a thank you for coming and joining us tonight, if you stick around to the end, we're going to give you a course that we put together completely for free. It's called the Passive Profit Course, and you guys will be able to get that. I guess we'll email it out, the access out to you, or however we do it, I don't know. But everyone who's here live with us tonight will get a copy of that. I believe it's 10 or 12 videos long. It's going to teach you a lot of stuff that we're going to be talking about in here tonight. So what are we going to learn in tonight's workshop? Well, first of all, we're going to cover what we call the path to passive profits. And it's the 6 products and programs that you can offer right now to create passive profits instantly. And we actually have a total of 9 of them, but a lot of them cross over. So like we'll have recurring revenue, but we'll also have coaching and consulting. And those two are kind of the same. So we just kind of put them together and made them one, and we're going to go through those. We're also going to teach you a little bit about how to generate massive amounts of traffic to your offers. It doesn't matter how great your funnel is or your sales copy is. If you don't have people seeing it, it's useless. So we're going to talk a lot about that. We're also going to talk about how to put money in the that's supposed to be bank. Sorry, I wrote this real quick. Money in the bank by selling your products and programs effectively, teach a little bit about sales copy. And then, like I said before, we're going to talk about live funnel creation training. I'm going to actually break out the slides, go online, and I'm going to show you how to build a funnel. And I'm going to do it in about 7 minutes. I'm going to show you 2 different ways to do it. And you can use the funnels that we're going to create here tonight to sell anything that you want. And I'm going to show you how to do it in literally like 7 or 10 minutes or something. Plus 2 underground tactics that nobody uses but us. And you're also going to get a sneak peek of what we call the Passive Profit Partnership, which we put together as well to help those 1 million people that we're looking to help build the passive profits like we were talking about before. So let's get started. First of all, a little bit about me. Someone said they liked my picture before, so I put a whole bunch of other ones on here for you to see. As you guys know, I was born and raised in Long Island. That's Montauk Lighthouse there in the top left-hand corner. That's actually Turtle Cove. And if you look really close, if you guys watch that video, if you look really close, right underneath the brown house, you will see, actually right underneath the big white tall thing, not the lighthouse, but the tall thing, you'll see that big block of cement that I almost killed myself on in that video. It's actually in that image. And you see there me with my daughter there in the bottom left-hand corner, and me trying to get a fish in a picture at 2 o'clock in the morning on the beach, but that was really tough. And a couple other pictures. Too many hockey fans. You see my daughter and Pat LaFontaine there, Hall of Famer of an Islander game. And the top right there is just me trespassing on people's property, trying to get some beach access to go fishing because here on Long Island everything's shut down, so we got to sneak through yards and everything else. It gets a little crazy. I dress in all black and like crawl on the floor and stuff. I got attacked by a dog one time. It was a little crazy. Anyway, when I was 15 years old, I started selling on the telephone, as all of you know, or most of you know. I was selling cell phones for a company called VoiceStream Wireless. That's where I learned how to sell. Moved into the stock business when I was 18 years old. Got my Series 7. I moved into the stock business before that. I got my license when I was 18 years old. A couple days after my birthday, and then I got my 63, which is a state licensing exam a couple weeks later. And from there, I spent about 5 years in the stock business as a licensed representative, 7 total years in the business. And went on to sell mortgages after that with the same group of people. Then I wanted to learn how to sell in person, so I moved into the car business and spent about 2 years there and did very well there as well. I worked for a company called Atlantic Hyundai in West Islip, New York. Then 2007 happened, and that crazy guy came into my life somehow. I opened up an email I guess it was probably maybe like June. It was in the summer sometime. And I had been researching stuff online. I had watched a lot of courses, and I was friends with Mike Filsaime because he was also in the car business on Long Island at the same time that I was, and he worked in the same dealer group that I did, knew all the same people. Not at my dealership, but I studied a lot of his stuff and watched a lot of stuff, and I was always interested in it. But the problem was they were all polished and professional, and they had all like the videos, like all proper English and everything. I'm like, that's just not me. Like, I can't do that stuff. And then I met this guy. His name is Johnny Andrews, and I don't know if you guys have ever heard of him before, but in the 2007, 8, 9 range, he was really big in ClickBank, one of the biggest sellers out there, and he put out a course called Guru Assassin. sent me an email about it, autoresponder type thing, and I clicked on the link, bought it, and he was nice enough to talk to me on Skype. And what I realized from that product was that he was basically the same person that I was. And what I mean by that is the way that he presented. You know, in the middle of one of his videos, he was like, holy crap, I think there's a raccoon in my garage. Hold on a second. He put his microphone down and he was like looking out his window, banging pots together and stuff. It was raw, it was real, it was unedited, and he was just there. And I loved it. And when I saw that, I said, you know, I could do the same thing, and I honestly think I'm better than him. I think I could do it better. Now I'm a little confident or whatever, and he's probably better than I am. I don't know, but that's what I thought. So I reached out to him on Skype, and for some reason, he responded to me, and he started talking to me, and we became somewhat friends back then. I don't really talk to him that much anymore. And he said to me, he said, you have to try this product creation thing just one time. And I really didn't want to do it. I really didn't want to do it. But he kind of pushed me into it. He said, just do it one time. Just do it one time and just tell them what you know. And I said a lot of the things that you guys say. I don't know what to teach. I don't know what to say. I don't know how to record it. I don't know how to, you know, I don't have a microphone. All this other stuff. And I really had no idea what the hell was going on. But what I did was I just picked up my microphone, started recording the computer screen, and I just told people what it was that I knew. And at that point, it was all about generating leads. That's what I was doing. I was teaching people how to generate leads on the internet using different types of tactics that I learned, mainly in the car business, because there was nobody doing that when I was working in the car business, and I was killing it online, bringing in people from Craigslist and places like that. So I taught a lot of that stuff to the audience, and it was just what I knew at the time. I also, at that time, invested in myself heavily. You see Tony Robbins there on the left-hand side. Never really learned much from him or never really caught on to a lot of the content that he teaches, although I do like it and I think it's valid and I think it's real and I think it works. A lot of this stuff is just not for me, but what I did learn from him is how to present on a stage. And I studied him for years on a stage, learning how to work and hold an audience. Mike was a very good friend of mine. He moved away now, and we don't talk as much as we used to, but like I said, we worked together in the car business and we worked together in some internet marketing stuff. I had a key to his office, still do, have a passcode to the alarm to his office. I used to hang out with the guy all the time, and invested a lot there with him, time with him, you know, learning the business and learning how to write ads and how to write headlines and how to write copy and all that stuff. And Brendan Burchard as well is someone who I learned a lot about video from and presenting on webinars from. And again, another person who taught me a lot about stage presentation and holding an audience and keeping them engaged. And since that time, I've sold millions of dollars in information on the internet in a variety of different topics and places, mainly in the business development sector, but you know, some on the Warrior Forum, some off the Warrior Forum, ClickBank stuff. I did, you know, some other stuff just on my own and things like that, partnered with a whole bunch of people. And I've also worked with some of the biggest names in the business. Right there, you see the top of a sales page that me and Mike Filsaime did together. It was called the Launchpad System, not really for sale anymore. You can probably find it online somewhere. None of it works anymore. But back then, it was a really, really great training program. And we were literally sitting in his office, and he had a conference room with a huge whiteboard. The whole entire wall was a whiteboard. And right next to it, it was the video conference room with like all kinds of green screen and everything else. We were just sitting there, and I was just playing on my computer, and him and another guy, Jason, were just sitting there. And all of a sudden, he just started drawing on the whiteboard. I was like, well, I didn't know what he was doing. Like, none of us did. He was just drawing boxes, squares, lines, and everything else. And he's like, you're going to do this webinar tonight. And I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, you're going to just do this tonight, and we're going to sell this thing on the board. And I was like, okay. And like 3 hours later, there was 900 people in a room. We had a product called the Launchpad System, which I didn't even know what it was at the time, and we sold the crap out of it. And that was the first time I had ever pitched a webinar in my life. And I, you know, again, it was just another quote-unquote aha moment for me where a light bulb went off. I was like, wow, I could do this. And it wasn't really that difficult. And the people loved it. The people loved the content in the webinar. The people loved the content in the training. And it was just really fulfilling for me and him. Cameron and I met in 2012, I guess, late 2011, early 2012. And since then, we have together helped over 75,000 people through our products and trainings and programs and videos on the internet. And like I said before, our goal now is to help over 1 million people create a passive income online within the next 5 years. And the easiest way for us to do that, instead of basing it all on theory and, you know, this might work, give it a shot type deal, we just decided to show you how we do it every day. because you don't have to make millions of dollars if you don't want to. You just use exactly what we use, just tone it down a little bit. If you want to make all the money in the world, you just use what we use and turn it up a little bit. It's really not that big of a deal. And when you see how it works, you'll understand that. And we're going to go through the whole entire thing here tonight. So a lot of you probably saw this before and you're familiar with it, but for those who haven't, I just wanted to go over it one more time. This is what I call the passion profit medium. And this is where you find your topic. This is where you find what it is that you're going to teach and how you're going to make your money and how you're going to provide value in other people's lives. So what you should do when you have a minute, if you haven't done it already, is take a notebook or a legal pad or whatever and take about an hour or so, or maybe even 2 hours, and write down on one side all the things you're passionate about, and write down on the other side everything you can think of that makes a ton of money, like everything, real estate, stock market, anything you can think of where people make a lot of money. And then what you want to do is try to come in the middle and find where your passions and the money come together. Because if you focus on the left side, you're going to be miserable doing what you do. And that's going to come across in your videos and your writing and everything that you do. If you focus on the right side, what's going to happen is nobody's going to care, because chances are no one's really interested in the exact thing that you are, or you're not good enough to teach it. I just got into bowling. I love to bowl, but no one wants to learn from a bowler who rolls a 110 at his best night. And ain't going to work very well, right? So you have to make sure that it works both ways. Profit and passion. You want to find that middle ground, and that's where all of the money is. Not only the money, but also the happiness and the freedom that comes along with it. Because remember, I worked a long time all the way to the left. And I made a lot of money, but I was also not very happy, right? So you want to try to find that happy medium right in the middle, and that's where your sweet spot is going to be. And a lot of people say to me when they do that, somebody else is already doing it, right? Because you look for something and you're like, oh yeah, the guy before. I'm a ballroom dancer. I'm a certified dancer and all this other stuff. Well, he might go on Google and look up that stuff, and he may find that there's 25 other people that are teaching the same thing. He's probably pissed off about that, and I say that's the best thing in the world. And the reason why that's the best thing in the world is because, number one, it proves the concept works. If there's nobody else doing it, you're reinventing the wheel. And if you were here earlier, you heard me say, if you reinvent the wheel, that's kind of dumb. You want to be somewhere where there's other people. It presents a lot of opportunity for you. Number one, you have a model. Number two, you have copy that you can use. You know it's working. Ad copy, sales copy, lead magnet copy, all that stuff. And I'm not telling you to steal people's stuff. What I'm telling you to do is there's a reason why it's called copy. You know, the book writers and the New York Times best-selling authors, I call them the 3%ers, those people, they call it a swipe file. I just call it stealing other people's stuff and making it fit your product, because that's really what it is. We could be all politically correct about it, but that's what they're doing. Okay, so you have the model there, you have the copy, you have everything set there for you right in front of you, and you also have JV relationships, possibly, anyway, that you can reach out to. And a lot of people still get upset, oh, you know, there's too many people out there, the market's too crowded, but there's one thing that all those people don't have that you have, and that's you. There's a lot of people in the internet marketing space. There's a lot of people in the sales training space. There's a lot of people in the business development space, but they don't have me and Cameron, right? They don't have us, and we have our own unique way of doing things, and we have our own unique personality. Some people like it, some people don't, but that's our, I guess, unique selling proposition, if you want to put it that way, right? It's you, it's your personality, it's your perspective. And that's really what it is that you're selling people. It's your journey and your perspective. You must know your audience. If you don't know your audience inside and out, you're never going to be able to sell to them, and you're never going to be able to provide value to them. Okay? I can sell very, very well to the money-making audience because I know them inside and out. I know them. I know what hurts them, and you got to know all this stuff. Okay? I know what hurts them. I know what helps them. I know what pisses them off, and I know what makes them feel safe. So I can play that psychological loop in their head over and over and over and over again. Twist the knife, help them out a little bit, piss them off, make them feel comfortable. Over and over and over again until they just buy whatever I'm telling them to buy. Okay, and if you know your audience that well, the sales part of it is very, very easy. So quickly, I want to go over the tools that you will need to do this stuff. This is a little bit of a freak out moment, right? A little bit crazy stuff, because everyone's like, oh, you know, I don't have a professional camera. I don't have lighting kit and all sorts of stuff. Here's what you need. This is what we use every single day, okay? Something to produce PDFs. I use Microsoft Word. I think Cameron uses, most of the time he uses the Apple iWork Pages thing or whatever. But you can use either one of those, doesn't matter. If you don't want to spend the $10 a month on Microsoft Office, don't. Use Google Drive. It's free, and it creates beautiful PDFs. It's going to take a little bit more time because you don't have the flexibility that you have with the other stuff, but you can create something sellable in Google Drive, and you can also create a great lead magnet in Google Drive. I've done it myself for clients. All right, so, and myself too. So it's really, you can use it if you don't want to spend the $10 a month on Microsoft Office. But I'm sure almost everybody here has one of the two on the right. Let's get into a little bit more technical stuff. A microphone. What you're hearing me on right now is a $50 Logitech H600, and you don't even need this. You can get the ClearChat for 20 bucks. The reason why I like this one is because it's wireless, and I like to walk around my house when I'm talking to you. Sometimes when we're on a call together, I may be upstairs, you know, looking at something or washing my hands or whatever, outside getting a drink. I'm all over the place. And I also have a little clicker that moves the computer around, so I don't even need to be near the computer to move the slides. So you don't need this. You can get the plug-in one, but this one is pretty good, and you can tell the sound is, you know, not super high studio quality, but it's good enough, right? Especially for a live workshop like this. The next step up, me and Cameron also have the ATR 2500. Which is a studio condenser mic. You can buy that with a mount for about 150 bucks. You are going to have a mount with it, though, because that little tripod thing it's on is basically, you might as well just take it to the range and shoot it because it's garbage. All right, you want to just get a mount with it. I have, Cameron has a swing arm mount. I have the desk mount. It's like 20 pounds. You can knock someone out with it if they come in your house. And you need the thing that looks like a spider web to hold it. So you get those things all together, you get the whole package. It's about 150 bucks. And if you want to do like training videos and stuff like that on that, that's fine. But there's also a free model. You can also use the computer, the built-in microphone on your computer as well, and that will work just as good. It's really not going to make that much of a difference. You know, people think it does, but it really doesn't. Okay, if I create a video on this microphone or the ATR 2500, you're probably not even really going to know the difference. If I create a video on this microphone or my computer's microphone built in, you're probably not going to know that. It's not going to be that big of a deal. Okay, so you can get away with doing that. I created my first 3 training programs on a built-in microphone inside of a laptop. That was like 300 bucks, the laptop. It was like an Acer or some piece of junk. I don't even remember. Video creation. You're going to need something to record your screen. There's a couple different options that you can use. The first one, I always like to give a free option. Screencast-O-Matic, it's junk. I'm going to be honest with you, it's garbage. Can you record your screen and put together a video product using this? Yes, you can, and yes, I have done it before. But it is a little bit of a pain, and it's going to take a little bit of practice because the editing in it is absolutely terrible. There's some other things, too. If you want to do short videos, you can use Jing. I don't really recommend it for courses. But if you wanted to just record a lead magnet or something like that, or just get content out, you can use that as well, or even practice, you can use that as well. What we use is Camtasia Studio, and we also use ScreenFlow for any kind of Mac products that we're using. So Camtasia Studio is free for, I think, 30 days, but you have to check with them. And then it's 300 bucks for the software. But that's really the top of the line for what we do anyway. It's not like Final Cut Pro or anything like that, but for what we do for screen capturing and stuff like that, is pretty much the top of the line for what you're going to get, okay? And that's really all you need. That's really all you need. If you want to do any kind of face direct-to-camera stuff, which actually we're going to start doing a lot more, well, I'm going to start doing a lot more of anyway, I record all of my direct-to-camera stuff on a Samsung Galaxy. Every single video is Samsung Galaxy. Nothing special. I have a lapel microphone that cost me 15 bucks, plugs right into the top, done. Before that, when I used to do a lot of direct-to-camera stuff, it was on an iPhone 4. And I had a special connection for the iPhone 4 that plugs right into the top. Mike Philsame showed me that trick. He actually gave me the microphone plug-in. Plugged it right into the top of it. The microphone lapel mic plugs into the other side. Clip it on, record everything on the phone. You don't need anything special, and you don't need light kits or green screens or anything like that. Just shoot, because people like the normal look. They just like to see you and feel you and let you be you. And that's really what they buy. So what we want to do now is we're going to break down some of the different products and services that we offer so that you can see the possibility that's right in front of you, the opportunity that's right in front of you, okay? So we're going to start off with building a list, okay? Now, we're going to assume that the average click that you get is 10 cents. I'm going to tell you right now that if you're getting 10 cents a click to build a list, you're doing something wrong, really wrong, because we get them 2 cents most of the time, between 1 and 2 cents, because the way that we do it is engagement posts. We boost the posts and then we do it for engagements on Facebook, and that's how we basically build a lot of our social media stuff, right? So 10 cents is really, really high, but I want to do conservative numbers, okay? So you get 1,000 visits, 25% conversion rate. When we break out of this and go into the live funnel creation, you're going to see that 25% number is a joke, because I'm going to show you our stats, and you're going to see 40, 50, 60%, 80% all day long. 25% is a joke. But again, conservative numbers. 250 people subscribe to your list. Price is $0 because you gave something away for free. The revenue for a person on your list is $2 a month. That's a joke again, because Cameron and I see about $7 or $8 per person. But again, conservative numbers, $2. You just built a revenue of $500. Now, where did that money come from? We're going to go over that next. Okay, we're going to go over where the $500 came from in a second. But just know that the average revenue that you're going to get starting off, you don't know how to write email copy, you don't know how to manage the list, you're going to be about $2 a person. And from that one ad that costs you $10, is that, I guess? $10 for 1,000? Yeah, something like that. Maybe $100, I don't know what it was. But whatever that costs you, $100, I think it is. $500 a month from that one ad. Okay? Next. 2,000 people, 25% conversion rate, 600 people subscribe. How did that happen? You should have 750, right? 500 from this one, 150 from the last one. You can't write email copy, so a lot of people unsubscribed. You don't know how to manage the list. So again, we're going real conservative. 600 people, you lost 150 people in 1 week. That's crazy. But sometimes it happens when you're brand new. Okay, so the price is $0 because you gave something away for free. Revenue is $2 a month. Profit $1,200 per month from 2 ads. Now, 2,000 visits can be done in 3 hours on Facebook. It's not a big deal. On LinkedIn, on Twitter, on wherever, YouTube ads, on Plenty of Fish, wherever it is that you want to advertise, that can be done in 2 hours. So you could do this in a week, you could do this in a month, or you could do this in the morning. It's not that big of a deal. It's how fast you want to go. And that's why we were talking before about some people want to make $1,000, some people want to make a couple hundred, some people want to make $1 million. It's just a matter of playing the numbers. And do, you know, however high you want to go, you just do it. You just figure out the numbers, you just do it. All right. Now, let me ask you this before we move on to the next one. If you had to do this, someone put a gun to your head, right? Have one of my Indian friends come over, put an AK to your head, and say, listen, you got to write an ebook, 40-page ebook over a weekend, and you have to do it. I think everyone in this room, and if you disagree with me, maybe type it in the chat box, but everyone in this room could do that. If you had to do it, if your life depended on it, every single one of you could put together a 40-page ebook in a weekend that people would like, right? Maybe it's not the greatest ebook in the world. Maybe it's not a New York Times best-selling book or whatever, but you could put together a PDF that you could sell for $27, $17, whatever it is. You can all do that. It's not that big of a deal. The problem is sitting down and starting to type. It's not that you don't have the knowledge. It's not that you don't have the tools. The tools are free, and you all have the knowledge. It's just sitting down and typing. So you could all do it, right? Let's break down the numbers. Assuming 50 cents a click, because now we're going for conversions or we're going for clicks to a website, right? So the clicks are a little bit higher this time. 50 cents a click, you get 1,000 visits, 3% conversion rate. That's horrendously bad. You guys can look into our accounts. We'll show you the numbers all you want. If we're not 9% or higher, we're failing. So again, we're going conservative, but 3%, that's realistic for everyone in here, even if you can't write copy. Okay, and we can help you do that. So 3%. 30 sales, $27 price point, $810. Your profit is $310. Now, nothing to get excited about, right? Flat out honest with you. Nothing to $310, nothing. But here's what you guys have to understand, okay? 1,000 visits on Facebook can be done in a day. It could be done in a couple hours. It could be done in a week, okay? I want you to think about this for a second. If you are a teacher, if you are a plumber, if you're a carpenter or whatever, and you make $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 a year, and you can make $300 a week for 1 weekend's worth of work, maybe it doesn't change your life, but it certainly makes things a little easier, right? That's the car payment and the TV and the phones, or the 2 car payments and the insurance and the TV. It's a little bit, it's a little cushion. It makes it a little easier. And we're just on the first slide of this. We have 6 other products to go through. We're not going to go through all of them. But we have 6 other things And we're only on the first slide of the ebooks. Okay, this is just to show you the opportunity that's in front of you. 5,000 visits. Can be done in a day, could be done in a week, could be done in a month. It doesn't really make all that much of a difference. 3% conversion rate, 150 sales, $27 price point, revenue of $4,050, profit $1,550. You could do that in a week, every week. Think the traffic is going to run out? By the time you get those 5,000 people, 1 million people, new people came into the market in your topic. You never have to worry about that happening. There's more people than you will ever handle in your life. Okay, and this is totally possible for anybody watching this, and we're going to show you how to do it in 5 minutes. When I go off the slides and go into the phone, I'm going to show you how to do it. You can start doing it right now as we're on the call. 10,000 visits, 3% conversion rate, 300 sales, $27, $8,100 in revenue, $3,100 in profit. Now, again, maybe to us or you guys in the room, $3,100 in a month, maybe twice a month, not life-changing, not really exciting. But you have to remember, to the average person, making $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 a year with a wife and 2 kids, or a husband and 2 kids, and the dog that runs away all the time, it gets hit by cars and everything else, that is life-changing. You put an extra $6,200 a month in somebody's pocket, that's life-changing. Now I was talking to a friend of mine that I haven't talked to in a long time last night, and I lose touch with reality a lot. That's one of my biggest problems. I lose touch with reality a lot. And I was talking to this person last night on Skype for a little while. She's going through a little bit of a tough time. She's like, I got this new job this morning. It was awesome, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, oh, she's like, my take-home pay, I'm really excited. My take-home pay is $3,600 a month. I'm just like, whew. And I hate to feel that way because I don't want to lose touch with reality, but it's like, man, it's so easy. It's so much easier than you're making it, and they don't get it. They don't get it, right? You could say that all you want to you blue in the face, but they don't understand. But it really is this easy to do. You just have to put the pen to the pad and do it. So, again, can all of us write a 40-page ebook in a weekend that people will buy, that people will find value in? Can you teach what you know already? Don't become the expert. Teach what you know already, whether it's Raghu's PhD analytics stuff or the other guy, I forgot your name, sorry, the ballroom dancer guy. Can you put something together over a weekend in 4 or 5 hours, 8 hours, 40-page ebook that people will love? If the answer to that question is yes, $3,100 in your pocket from 10,000 visits. And you can get that per week, you can get that per month, you can get that probably in 2 days if you really pushed it. Very simple. Okay, now, again, 10-part video series. Can you do it in a weekend? Yes, every single one of you can. Now, for me, I would have trouble writing a PDF in a weekend because I hate to write. But for me, I can bang out a 10-part video series that people would love in a day. Not a big deal. And I can create the sales copy in the funnel that night, and I can have it launched the next day. Not a big deal for me at all. And anybody in here can do it if you just get over the first hump of hitting the record button. That's what you have to do. All you have to do is click record and start. Once you do that, you're in the game. So we have 1,000 visits. We have the same 3% conversion rate. We have 30 sales, $77 price point, $2,300 in revenue, $1,810 in profit. Next, we have 5,000 visits. We have a 3% conversion rate, 150 sales, $77 price point, $11,500 in revenue, and play with the numbers a little bit, but you just made yourself 10 grand in 7, 8, 10 hours of work. $10,000, right? Conversion rate's a little bit higher. Maybe your clicks a little bit lower. Maybe the sales go up a little bit. Maybe you change the price. At this number, you could safely say you made $10,000 from this offer. And it took you 5,000 visits. There's billions of people visiting Facebook every month. And you need 5,000. Not a big deal. And you're paying them for it, so they're going to give it to you. 10,000 visits, 3% conversion rate, 300 sales, $77, $23,100, $18,100 in your pocket from 10,000 people. That can be done in a week. It can be. Because the biggest problem here, guys, is not creating the training. The biggest problem is not selling the training. The biggest problem I think that a lot of you are thinking is, where am I going to find the 10,000 people? And that's insanity because, like I said before, there's billions of people visiting Facebook, and that's just one website every month. You don't think you could pull off 10,000? I mean, everybody here can, and you're paying them for it, so they're going to give it to you. Right now, again, Facebook ads, you got to play around with it, and we can show you how to do it, and it's, it's easy, but it's not something you just pick up and just run with. You got to learn it a little bit. It takes a little bit of time to learn. But there's other things too, right? There's Google ads, which I hate. There's Bing ads, which I also hate, but there's LinkedIn, which I love. There's Plenty of Fish, which I really love because nobody's in there. A little bit more expensive, but the quality of traffic is amazing. And there's other things too, is JV traffic, which I hate because now your profit goes down. Think about this. You did this through a JV instead of Facebook. Your revenue is $23,000. Guess what you put in your pocket? About 10 grand. You lost $8,000 because you went through a JV partner. Because what do they take? They take 50% most of the time, right? 50, 60%. So you lost half your money. It's not worth it. We'll show you how to do it, but it's not worth it. So if you see all those numbers and you think those numbers are real, and I don't know why you wouldn't, you think you could put together a 10-part video series in a weekend on something that you already know. If the answer is yes, then you could put $18,100 in your pocket by following the simple steps that we just showed you. And I'm going to show you more of them in a second. Intensive training. This is webinar stuff, live stuff, on stage, right? Don't get freaked out about this because it's not that big of a deal. But I just want to run through the numbers, show you the possibility. 1,000 people show up to your presentation, 12% conversion rate. Conversion rate in a live setting goes through the roof. Okay, now I'm not necessarily talking about like a live setting like this. I'm talking about on stage. Okay, now again, don't freak out because you don't have to do this. And it can be automated. You can do a webinar. It can be automated. It can be a video. It's not that big of a deal. All right, but the conversion rate goes up. And I just want to show you the possibility. 120 people buy it from you out of 1,000. 12%. That's not including a replay. If a replay is mailed, it'll go up to about 14 or 15%. Price point, $297, which is low, by the way. Revenue, $35,640 in your pocket, $35,140, and that took you 90 minutes. Not creation time, selling time. 90 minutes on a stage in front of an audience. Okay, next, 2,000 people, 12% conversion, 240 sales, $297, $71,280, $70,000 in your pocket. 90 minutes. Last one, 3,000 people show up. Me and Cameron have done this in a week. We have had, not at one time, separate webinars, separate presentations, but we've had 3,000 people on calls in 1 week. Okay? 12% conversion rate, 360 people buy it, $297 price point. In my opinion, if you're selling something like this, it's $500 or more, or you don't do it. You're wasting your time. Customers aren't good enough. The price point is just off. You got to be $500 or more. But $297, you just made $106,920 in 90 minutes, putting $105,000 in your pocket. Now, do we want to talk about JV partners? God forbid you did a webinar with a JV partner and those are your numbers. You just paid him $50,000 when you could have paid Facebook $1,000. It's insanity. And that's all people want. Where do I get the JV partners? I got to get all these people to mail for me. Why? That's dumb. You don't want that. Right now, I know it's good because, hey, listen, they only get paid if they make a sale and I don't want to take a chance and all this other stuff. But when it really comes down to it, once you know you have a converting offer, get away from them as quickly as possible. And we'll show you how to get them because it's really not that hard. It's actually pretty easy. You just got to meet them. You got to shake their hand. You got to talk to them. You got to be a little personable, but it's really not that big of a deal. And we can show you. But again, right here on this one thing, 3,000 people show up to a live presentation over the course of a week, over the course of a month. It could be a year. $100,000 in your pocket. So, as you can see, whether it's a few $1,000s a month that you're looking to build, or even a few $100s a month, it doesn't matter. Whatever it is that you're looking to do, or it's a multi-million-dollar business, it's there for you. You just have to take it. The opportunities there. It makes me sick to my stomach when I hear these people on the freaking news and everywhere else. There's no opportunity for anybody. What's wrong with you? Like, really, there's more opportunity now than there ever has been. Problem is everyone's lazy, everyone's a victim, and no one wants to do anything. You got to stop that. If you change that mindset, you're in the game. You just got to, like I said before, you just got to put the pen down on the paper and start doing it. Once you do that, you're over the first hump. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to pause my screen for a second. If I can figure out how, I've never done this before. So if the whole thing just like shuts off or something, will come back on. But there you go. I think I just did it. I'm going to pause my screen. I'm going to go on the internet now, and I'm going to show you how to actually build some of these things. Okay, so now you guys should see me again, right, hopefully. And we're in a product called ClickFunnels, which is what we use for a lot of our stuff. And all I did was come in here, I logged in, and you can get this for free for 14 days. It's a great product put out by Russell Brunson. It's amazing. And I'm going to build out a whole entire sales funnel to sell anything that you want in about 10 minutes or so. And then we're going to do it in Lead Pages, the same thing. So you see here, all I did was click on create a funnel. I'm in the sales funnel thing. And there's a whole bunch of different ones, webinar, launch funnel, whatever. And this is what we're going to build. We're going to build a squeeze page, sales page, order confirmation, and a download page to sell an ebook. And then I'm going to show you how to sell a video training program in the same exact thing. Okay, so I'm going to click on create a funnel. I'm going to write test as my name. I hope that lets me do that because I already have a test in here, but it should. Okay, so we have our squeeze page. There you go. Opt-in forms all over the place. This is amazing. Always want to go two-step because we're going to use paid traffic. So we're going to use two-step. I'm going to choose this one right here because that's just the one that I like. So that's what I'm going to do. But you can really do any of them. Doesn't matter. Just know with this one, you need an image for that little book thing. That's why I don't like that one. I'm going to use this one. I'm just going to click on Use Template. While I do that, I'm going to come over here and I'm going to grab my fake sales video, which is the Apple iPad Air commercial. I'm going to go in here, make sure all those are unchecked. I am going to copy this, put it into a notepad like that. And I don't think that worked, so I'm going to do that again. Paste that in there. And we're going to come back to that in a second. So now we have our squeeze page already built. I really don't have to do much from this point on. I'm going to open it up in the editor, and I'm going to show you how to change all the stuff around to make it fit your product. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to come here, I'm going to make my video. All right, this is a little hard because this thing is right in my way. There we go, moved it. All right, so I'm going to take this video. I'm going to go back into my notepad. I'm just going to go in here, right where it says rel equals 0, right there, the and sign. I'm going to take out that AMP, and I'm going to put autoplay equals 1. I'm going to take all of this, copy it, and I'm going to throw it right in there, and my video is done. Okay, now I have a two-step opt-in, so I'm going to go in here and just make sure that all this stuff is good. It says open pop-up, so that's perfect. Here's my pop-up. Okay, we could change all this just by going in here and typing whatever we want to type, just like that. I'm not going to leave that there, but this is going to be your opt-in form, and that's going to be the button to put them onto your list. We could do the same thing in here, just click into it, and we can just start typing stuff, whatever we want to make our headline, okay? Same thing in here, same thing in here, same thing in all of these. So let's say I want to get rid of something, right? All I got to do to get rid of it is just click the trash button, and it's gone. It's gone forever. I don't have to worry about it, okay? So maybe I don't want to share stuff, so I'm just going to go like this, boom, and it's going to be gone. Okay, just like that. I could go in here and I could type my biz, just like that. All right, so we got the copyright stuff in there. I'm going to save it, and then I'm going to preview. I think you should go in a new link. There we go. Preview it. And there we go. Got my video in there. It's the same Apple iPad commercial right here, one that I just took. And there it is. It's auto playing. There's no controls. Looks perfect. Fits on the screen nice. Got my headline up there. If I wanted to go in here, let's say I wanted to, go in here. There's some other stuff in here too that you could do, like change the background and everything else. You have the rows where you have, if you want to go in here and like just shut them off, you can click on this eyeball and they disappear and all that. All right, so that's our squeeze page. That's done. So I'm going to save that. I'm going to exit. And then I'm going to go back and I'm going to build the rest of the stuff. We have our sales page now. So I'm going to go in here. This is going to bring up all the templates for a sales page. I like to use really simple stuff. So I'm going to go in here and just pick this one. There's a lot of other like crazy stuff you could do, but I like to use this one right here. All right. This one is going to take a little bit more customization for what I'm doing, but it shouldn't take me that long at all, a couple minutes. And then I'm going to explain to you like how this works, like what the process they're going to go through when they go into this. So what I'm going to do right away is I'm going to go in here and I am going to click on this little gear. I'm going to take out my image for the background, make it white like that. I'm going to come down here, make it black. You should see a logo thing pop up in the middle. There we go. I'm going to go in here to the logo box. I am going to click the plus button. I'm going to throw in our logo. Pretty cool, huh? There we go. Looks perfect. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this. I don't like that. That's kind of dumb. So I'm going to just take that whole thing, and I am just going to get it out of there, but it's giving me a little bit of a problem. So I'm going to go here and delete it, just like that. All right. So now we have our headlines. Again, I don't really have to go through this again, but we can just type whatever we want to type in there. I'm going to leave it how it is. If I wanted to type in my sub-headline, I can. If I wanted to get rid of it, I can just click the trash button. We're going to go in here and change our video. So I'm going to go in there, and we'll use the same video, I guess. Actually, you know what? We'll use the same one. I mean, you guys understand how to put a YouTube link, and that's not really that big of a deal. But that's where it goes. I'm going to go in here with my button. URL, everything looks good. Download now. I can change the name of it, like Get Started Today, just like that. And I'm going to get rid of this no thanks because this is a sales page, so I don't really need that. Okay. So now what's going to happen is I'm going to save it. I'm going to preview it, and here's my sales page. There we go. Perfect. Same thing. Okay. So now when they click this button, they're obviously not going to get led anywhere because I didn't put anything in here, but this could be a PayPal button. It could be an Infusionsoft button. It could be, ClickBank, whatever. It doesn't really matter, but there it is. Okay. So now we're going to exit this. I hope I saved that. I think I did. We're going to exit this. We're going to create our order form. So what's going to happen is they're going to go to a squeeze page, instantly going to get led to a sales page to upsell them something, right? So they go onto your list, then they go ask to buy something, then I'm going to go to the order form. I'm going to use this order form all the way here at the end. And this literally takes no customization at all. I got to do like 2 things in here and I'm done. Very easy to do. All right, so all I'm going to do here is I'm going to change the header graphic and the background like that. Make that black. Whoops. And get out of there. Go in here. Get my image. Boom. Actually, not. I feel bad for the course one, so let's use that one instead. It's a little small, so I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. 400. Perfect. Okay, so now we have that. Now, this stuff here, I'm not going to mess with. And the reason why is because when you integrate your pricing with your shopping cart, whether it's PayPal or Stripe or Infusionsoft or whatever, when you integrate that, all this stuff is going to be created inside of the shopping cart itself or the payment processor. So PayPal is going to take over this part of the form, and it'll say the product name that you put in PayPal and the price that you put in PayPal. And it doesn't have anything to do with ClickFunnels. So you can't really mess around with this all that much. This stuff you can, though. Like if you want to change the guarantee, you could change it to 60 days, or you could change the image, or you could do whatever. All right, so that's it. We have our payment processing page. I'm going to click Save. And again, I know we didn't do much in this box, and this might be confusing to you, but once you integrate a payment processor, it's all going to be, that's why it says dynamically updated, because the payment processor is just going to take over it, and it's going to give it whatever value it needs. So I'm going to save that again because I don't know if I did. I'm going to click Exit. So in I don't even know because I wasn't timing myself, but in probably 5 minutes or so, we have a squeeze page, sales page, order form. Now we're going to do an order confirmation. Very simple, and we really don't even need this. There's a lot of times where I'll take it out, and I will take it out in the next one that we do. So I'm going to just mess this, or I'm just going to finish this one, and then I'm going to mess with it a little bit. I'm going to take that out, put something else in. Again, I'm really not going to change this all that much because PayPal is going to put in all this stuff, or whatever shopping cart you use is going to put in this for you. That's why it says dynamically updated. The price is going to be in there. The one thing I will change, though, is maybe this. Instead of saying join our VIP newsletter, I may take that out. I may just, take this whole thing out, or take these 2 things out if I wanted to. So just to show you how to do it, we'll take that out, and we'll take that out. So that could be your order confirmation. Okay, so that will be that, and then we'll save it. And again, if you want to leave those 2 things in there, you can. It's not that big of a deal. All right, so we're going to exit out of that one. And then we have to deliver our product because they just bought it from us, right? So again, I'm going to go real simple. I don't want to go crazy with it. So I'm just going to go here, and I'm going to use a template hang on a second. I'm trying to see something real quick. I think they all had white backgrounds, right? Let's see if we can, that thing's taking forever. Yeah, they were kind of white. Okay, so I want to stick with the same theme all the way through. It's called the scent of the offer. You want to make sure it's kind of looks the same. So I'm going to use this one here. because I wanted to use that one, but I don't want to go dark if the rest of it is white. So I'm going to go there, and we're going to go in here, open up an editor. This little thing's going to pop open, and obviously we don't want to do this. Your download is below. We don't want to put the word free in there because they paid for it. We want to take this out, so I'm going to go into my rows. Actually, I can't do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go like this. Just like that. Okay, so click here to get your download. We don't want to do that. Access your purchase below. And right here, what I'm going to put is thanks for your business. We could actually get rid of this probably and just do that. There we go. We could put our copyright, my business. And there you go. That's it. Very simple. Now, again, guys, I know it's not like this big, flashy, crazy thing, but you can very easily make $100,000 a year with just exactly what we just did. Like, it's really not, it's not that big of a deal. Like, this is perfect. We have a squeeze page. That's perfect on Facebook. Any kind of paid traffic will accept this. It's perfect. It's got a two-step opt-in, so you're not going to have any problems on any kind of social media. The video is awesome. Obviously, you would have your own video in there, but I'm saying it's playing awesome. It looks good on the screen. Two-step opt-in. The pop-up box is perfect. You integrate an autoresponder to it, Aweber, MailChimp, whatever. They get led to a sales page, $27 price point, $17 price point, order form, order confirmation, thank you page, done. Easily make $100,000 a year just with what we created. Okay, so I'm going to get out of all those. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the same thing, but instead I'm going to sell videos. Okay, so watch this. Check this out. I'm going to put a new page in, and I'm going to name it Members Access. And I know I might be going through this a little fast, but I just want to show you how easy it is once you actually get it. So Members Access, and then we're going to have Members Area. All right. So now we have two of these. They're both blank. There's no templates on either one of them, but watch. Members Access. Check this out. Ready? Watch this. Members Access. Boom. Just like that. We have three of them. So I'm going to go with this one. Okay, then I'm going to go down to the bottom once this stupid thing goes out of the way. I'm just going to leave it as it is right now, and I'm going to go back and change it in a second. I'm going to go Members Area, and I'm going to use that one. That's the, I want to preview it. This is the one that I always use, so I'm going to use that one. They're all the same. I just like the color scheme on this one, so that's why I use it. This one's a little bit different. Well, they're already gone, but the one all the way on the left is a little bit different. Okay, so we're going to go back to membership access. I'm going to go in here. I don't have to change, again, I'm not going to change all that much. I'm just going to go in here, and I'm going to just take this, and I'm going to take out the logo and put in hours. I'm going to make it 400 because that's the size of our image, and create your account. I mean, that's simple as that, right? Easy. Now we're going to get rid of that, exit. Go back to the main page. Now, right now, just so you know, this is not in our funnel yet. Right now, if somebody goes to our page, they're still going to go through this whole entire process. Okay, so now I'm going to go to the membership area, and I'm going to create an entire video training series in like 30 seconds. So watch this. Lesson 1. Let's make that welcome. Okay, so there's 1. We have module 1. We have module 2. We have module 3. Okay, and then obviously so on and so forth, right? 4, 5, 6, 7, whatever. So we have add new lesson. I'm going to put a lesson inside of one of our things. So we have the welcome video. Thanks for buying. Template, video, drip feed, 0. Okay, now I have our lesson, video lesson, and welcome. Open the editor. And the process is exactly the same what you guys just saw. So I'm going to come in here. I'm going to click on this gear. I'm going to get that out of there. I'm going to get this in here. Now for this, this is up to you, but for video training, I like to take out autoplay. So I'm just going to delete what we had in there. Okay, I'm going to go in here and I'm going to copy that. I'm going to take the autoplay out, throw that guy in there. and then just go back, get out of that. And we could change that if we want, just type over it, change all this stuff. If you have slides, you can put them down here just to download the stuff or whatever, right? But we don't have slides for the welcome video, so we'll get rid of that. And we don't have any text for the welcome video, so we'll get rid of that too. We could actually get rid of that whole entire bottom section. Just have the video on there, okay? So there you go. We're going to save that, close it out. Then we are going to take a look at it. There's our video. Okay, so you see, welcome, thanks for buying. There's the video. It's right there, okay? Now, all you got to do, pause that, it's annoying. All you have to do to create the rest of them, add a new lesson, Module 1, Intro to Ballroom Dancing, using the example from the guy before. 0, create lesson. It's in Module 1, so you put the video in. There's video number 1, right? Video number 2 in Module, it's really not that big of a deal. It's pretty easy. Okay, but we're not done, so just follow along. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take, if you remember, the order form was right there. Then we have order confirmation. Then we have thank you page, right? This is to deliver the ebook and all that stuff. So I'm going to click the X and get these out of here. I'm going to take that out, and I'm going to take this one out, the thank you page. Now, you can create this in another funnel. So I'm just showing you how to do it so you understand. But you can create this in another funnel, okay? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to click Add to Funnel, the membership access. Then I'm going to take the membership area and I am going to Add to Funnel. Okay? So now what I have, instead of selling an ebook and making $1,800 for the 5,000 visitors or whatever the hell it was I said before, now I'm selling a video training series. And I did the same exact thing. It took me 5 seconds. I have a squeeze page, I have a sales page, I have an order form, I have a membership access, I have a membership area. They go to the squeeze page, they opt in. Instantly, they get led to the sales page that sells them the other thing, right? Whatever it is, the video thing. Then they get the order form, they pay. Then they get membership access, they set up an account, then they access the members area, and they're good to go. It's really that simple, okay? If you guys are liking this, type in the chat box, Cameron will read them to himself, and if you're hating it, tell me, because I won't do it, because it's boring, because it takes 2 seconds, and it's like nobody does it, and it's annoying. Okay, so we're going to get out of this, and we're going to go into lead pages. All right, so that's how you create a funnel inside of here. It literally takes not that much time. Anybody here can just repeat this process, and you can do it in a weekend. Sell ebooks, video courses, whatever. Okay, if you're scared of the video, or you don't want to do it, you don't have the skill, whatever it is, write a book. If you hate to write, do videos. It's not that big of a deal. It's the same exact thing, just over and over again. Okay, now let's go into lead pages and do the same thing. Now, with lead pages, you're not going to be able to deliver a video training series because they don't have any kind of membership platform attached to them that I know of anyway. I mean, I've been using them for a while, and they don't have anything like that. But I will show you how to create an opt-in form, a sales page, and a delivery page. So you can have it where you have an opt-in form and a lead magnet. You can have it where you have an opt-in form, a one-time offer, where you sell something and then deliver it. Okay, so we'll show you how to do that real quick. But before we do that, I just want to go into our lead pages and show you. Before I was saying the conversion rate, 3% or 25% on an opt-in form is ridiculous. 33, 37, 58, 17, that one was terrible. Whatever. 35, 85, 48, 94, 64, 37, 69, and I'm not going to go to the next page. You guys get it. That number was really, really low, and anyone can do this stuff. It's not that hard, and we're going through it right now. So what we're going to do is we'll set up an opt-in form real quick. And what I like to use, there's 2 of them. I'm not going to show you both, but I'm going to, well, actually, I will show you both. I like the Jeff Walker fake out for an opt-in, and I like the Jeff Walker sales page for a sales page. Okay, so, and I also like this one for a sales page as well, but we'll use this one. So the fake out is a video that doesn't work. Okay, it's a video with a play button, and it's just made to, opt people in, basically. And we'll use the same video, I guess, here. We just get that ready. Put that in there, and then we will do a little bit of the autoplay like that. So we're ready to go with that. This is going to come up. We're not going to need this for this particular one, but we'll need it for the next one. I'm going to get rid of that just by clicking on the little gear and clicking on the hide button like that. You can also do it on the side. Like I could just keep clicking these eyes and just getting rid of all of them, everything on the whole page. And once I do that, I just have a blank gray page. Everything's gone. And then I can go back in here and just click them again, and everything comes back. So anything I want to get rid of, I just click on this little eyeball, and it goes away, which is crazy because the eyeball is the same thing on ClickFunnels. Isn't that weird? Like, you just learn how to do that. It works everywhere. I don't know why that is. Nobody steals anything from anybody. I was wrong for saying that, but everything's the same. Strange. Anyway, we're going to hide that. We're going to hide this whole entire box. The gear is the same too, I believe. We're going to go in here and we're going to type our headline, just like that. Okay. We're going to get rid of product launch formula because we're not selling that unless Mr. Walker is on this call with us, which I don't think he is. We can change all this stuff, the earnings disclaimer, privacy policy, and all that just by going in here and changing it. It's the same thing. Just go in there and type over it. It's not that big of a deal. It's all the same. If you wanted to change this, click the wrong button. If you wanted to change any of this stuff, you just click on the gear and link options, and there you go. So download my checklist, just like that. Spelled that wrong. Checklist. Okay, so there you go. And we're going to do the checklist again. So link options, download the checklist, and video. Just like that. Okay, no credit card required. That's fine. Again, obviously you're going to want to change the picture. You don't want him on there with the stupid background and the thing. That's a fake background. Does everyone agree? Like, that's a green screen? Or am I just crazy? That's not real. He's not standing for those mountains. All right, so anyway, we're going to open this up and we're going to start editing some of this stuff. I want to show you how easy this is. Once you integrate lead pages with Aweber or whatever you use, what's going to happen is all this stuff is going to come up. So we have GoToWebinar, which we integrate with as well, and Aweber. So once you integrate, all you got to do is just go into Aweber and pick the list. So boom, just like that. And I'm going to pick customize the form. This thing's going to go crazy for a couple seconds, and all this blue bar is going to shoot across the screen. And then this whole thing is going to just come together. All right, so we're going to let that go for a second. And once that's done, we're going to edit this whole thing. Actually, I could do that while it's going. Well, it's done anyway, I think. But anyway, you can go in here and you can just type anything you want, just like that. All right, there you go. So that's our download thing. You can edit the image by clicking the image, and you could click whatever you want. So you can have that. You can have your picture there if you want, or whatever. It doesn't really matter. Okay, so all that stuff is there. Good to go. We have name, email. We have the download thing. You can move these around if you want, but I wouldn't do that. Just leave them. You can change the whatever. Put the button. Click OK. And OK, you have that. Okay, so now what's going to happen is you're going to save it. Test 111. We're going to save it. We're going to publish it. And it's going to take a second, but once it's done, I'll show you what it looks like. And the pop-up is going to come up. It's just going to be exactly the same. So it's going to look exactly like the other one. And it works perfect for any kind of paid traffic like Facebook and things like that. So we have it here, and it's a two-step opt-in. So I'm going to click this, and the thing's going to pop up, and you get the opt-in right there. Okay, so we're going to click that. That's going to pop up, right? So now what we're going to do is we're going to be done with all of this junk, and we're just going to get out of it. And all I'm going to do now is I'm going to go back into my templates. I'm going to get Jeff's page where he has the video, and that's where I'm going to create my sales video. And then I'm going to show you how to put them all together. So actually, you know what? Let's use, I want to use a different one, I think. Yeah, now let's just use his. I don't know. His is okay. I have a little bit of a problem with it because there's no headline, but it's all right for a demo, for demonstration. I would choose, if you're going to do a real sales video with this, choose one with a headline, especially if it's with cold traffic. If it's to your own list, that's different. But if it's not to your own list, use a page with a headline on it. Okay, so we have all that. We're going to get rid of that. We're going to get rid of that. You can edit the earnings disclaimer. I'm going to go into my video options. I'm going to take this, copy, paste. I'm going to come in here, link options. That's perfect. But what I want to do is I want to do go to URL. So I'm going to go in here, www.checkout.com. So whatever the card is, right? Like whatever your link is from PayPal or Infusionsoft or whatever. And I'm going to do register for the program. For some reason, I always like putting those arrows at the end. I don't know why, but it just seems to work well. Okay, so there we go. We have all that. I'm going to name this page, and this page is done already. So sales page. All right, so there we go. I'm going to save it. We're going to publish it, and then I want to show you something like really freaking cool in a second. All right, so publish it. We saved it. It's good to go. Let's just take a look at it. I always do this. You don't really have to because it always works, but we'll take a look at it. Just make sure. Video should autoplay. Beautiful. Perfect, right? There's the link. You look at the bottom. If you look down here, there's the link. So whatever your payment link is, it's just going to be right there. All right. Controls are gone. The video looks perfect. Everything's good to go. All right. So now I'm going to get out of this. I want to show you guys something really cool. These two are going to be linked together, right? So I have my test, which is the opt-in page, and I have the sales page, right? So I want to make sure that I know what my conversion rate is. I want to make sure that I know how many people go from one to the other, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to link them together so that I can tell how many people actually opt in and get on to the next one. So watch this. I'm going to come in here, and I'm going to, wow, that looks terrible. I'm going to come in here. I'm going to change this image, first of all. You know what? I'm just going to take it out because I don't know where the other one is, and I don't want to mess with it. I'm going to come back in here, and I'm going to do thank you page right there. Okay, so I'm going to leave that for a second. I'm going to go back to lead pages. I got to log into another tab. So actually, you know what? I'm going to just pause this from, oh, it logged me in automatically, so I didn't need to do that. I was going to pause it while I logged in, but I didn't need to. Okay, so I'm going to go into another tab. Now I have two tabs open, right? Two tabs, just like that. All right, so I'm going to go in here. I'm going to come into my sales page now and watch this. I'm going to come in here. I'm going to copy this. Okay, I'm going to set my sales page, my thank you page as the sales page. And I'm going to click OK. All right, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to get out of that. I'm going to go into conversion goal, and I'm going to select the sales page, which I just made, which is right here. I got to minimize this GoToWebinar thing. Now it's driving me crazy. Okay, sales page, done. Good. So now what's going to happen is I'm going to save it. So now what's going to happen is this. Very simple. Ready? Watch this. I'm going to get out of this for a second. Every time somebody goes to test 111, which is the opt-in page, the thank you page is going to be the sales page, right? So what's going to happen is it's going to track. 100 people went, 30 people made it to the sales page, conversion rate 30%. Okay, that's how it's going to track it. And your tracking is done right here. You don't have to do anything. If you set it up that way, you don't got to do anything. Okay, so that's why I always like to link them together. And you see it down here, all the way down our pages. Everything is all linked up, and that's where we get all of our numbers from. Okay, and we have other things that we use for tracking. But all right, we're going to create one more page, really simple, because we got to give them something. We got to deliver them something, right? They're buying something from us, so we have to make sure that we give them what we promised. So we're going to go. You know what? I got to do it. I'm really sorry, but I gotta put another picture of me on the screen. I got it. It's just the way that I am. So I'm going to use this one. I always use the other one, but I'm going to use this one just for this demonstration. Okay, so that's Clay Collins, the creator of Lead Pages. Nice dude. But I'm going to put a nicer one in there. There we go. Okay, so we have all that. We have our download link. We're going to check it out, and we're going to change it. We're going to do... That's going to be obviously your... So it would be like AWS, you know, Oregon / whatever bucket you're in or whatever. Whatever the download thing is, right? And you can edit all of this stuff the same way. We're going to name the page as thanks. Well, I spelled that all wrong, so we'll just leave it like that. Then we're going to save it. Then we're going to do the old publish. and then we'll be good to go. And I'm going to show you one more thing, and then we're going to go back into the slides real quick, because these two can work together, and I just want to show you that. Okay, so now we have this page. I'm just copying it now. We don't even have to look at it because we know what it is. It's fine. We're going to get out of here. I'm going to go into my sales page. I'm going to edit it. And I'm just going to do the same thing that I just did in the last one. I'm going to link them together so I know the conversion rate. And I'm going to put this thank you page as the one that I just made. So conversion goal. Let's see. I think I named it test. I think I named it that one. I think that was it. Okay, so let's do that one right there. And that's it. We're good to go. Everything's done. Okay, very simple. Now we have our conversion goal. The thank you page is going to be done through the shopping cart, so we don't have to worry about that. The only reason why I linked them together was to track conversion. It's not to actually set the delivery inside of here. So now when we go into our main lead pages account, you'll see that it's linked up again. See how now this one is linked up and this one is linked up to this. So every time somebody goes here and they go on to the sales page, we're going to get a conversion. It's going to show here. Every time someone goes to the sales page and they go to here, we're going to get a conversion and we're going to know we made a sale. Okay, that's why we did it that way. So the other thing that you could do too, if you wanted to, is you can link these two together. So you have membership access, right? Let's say like you just don't like this page for whatever reason, or you don't want to create it in here. You feel more comfortable with lead pages or whatever. You have this, all this information right here, right? So you can create a page outside of here and just use this for your membership stuff if you wanted to. Or you could do it the other way around. You could just use this for your squeeze page, and you can use a sales page on lead pages. And you could just send it back to ClickFunnels or wherever, or OptimizePress, whatever you want to do. It doesn't matter because they all work together. And as you can see, they're all pretty much the exact same thing, or at least pretty close to the exact same thing. Okay, so I'm going to pause that for 1 second. We're going to go back into the slides here, and we're going to go over just a few more things. I'm going to show you some other stuff once I minimize this thing. I'm going to show you some other stuff on the internet too in a second. We're going to go through a couple other things. So let's just take a second though, because that was a lot of information. I mean, I hope you guys liked it. It's something that we've never really done before, but I just wanted to demonstrate how easy it is for you to actually do this stuff. I mean, yeah, I'm experienced. I've done hundreds and hundreds, probably thousands of funnels, just like that, right? But it's not that hard. It's not that big of a deal. It's real easy to do, okay? All right, so let's talk now about the Passive Profits Partnership. And I'm going to show you inside of this too. So we'll go back on the internet in a couple minutes. I'm going to show you inside of this and what it's all about and how you guys can use it to be one of those 1 million people that we're going to help build a passive income on the internet. So there's 3 main components. Number 1 is the Quick Cash Automated Funnel. Now what this is basically is a funnel that we've created. It's our information, our sales copy. Everything is done by us. The support is done by us. The only thing that you guys do is put your name on it and your PayPal information or whatever shopping cart you use and your autoresponder. So it would be Aweber, MailChimp, PayPal, whatever you use. You just put that where it says put your Aweber code here, and you get the people that come in on the list, and you put your PayPal code in and you get the sales that come in. 100% goes to you. We don't touch any of the money, and it's already done. It's already there, so you just use it. That's the first part of it. The second part of it is 6 figures per year from the 6 products and programs that we use. Now, remember I said before, there's actually 9 of them, but some of them cross over. So coaching and mentorship and group coaching and things like that, that's part of recurring and all that. So some of them cross over. So we broke it down into 6 different ones, and we're going to show you how to make 6 figures per year from each and every one of those. And we're also going to show you how to put them all together in a passive profit sales funnel to create a 7-figure business. Okay? And anybody can do this stuff. Like I said, whether you want to make millions of dollars, that's awesome. That's great, right? Or you just want to make a couple $1,000 a month or a couple $100 a month. I mean, it doesn't really matter. There's a spot for you, and you could very easily do it with what we're going to teach you. Okay? You're also going to come into our private Facebook group, and this is priceless because you're going to be able to find accountability partners and JV opportunities. This is where it's at, okay? If I didn't have a partner, I wouldn't do half of the stuff that I do, because Cameron challenges me and pushes me, and when we come together, we create better stuff. That's just the way it is. And I think Cameron would agree that it's not because Cameron's really smart, and it's certainly not because I'm really smart. It's just because when two people come together, better stuff happens. And a lot of you are out there by yourselves with nobody to really bounce ideas off of. And our Facebook group is going to allow that to happen. You guys are going to be able to pair off, get together, hold your feet to the fire, and help each other out. And also, you're going to have massive amounts of JV opportunities to mail for your products and promote your stuff and all that. You're also going to get our traffic mastery program. You are never going to have to worry about traffic again in your lifetime. When we go through, I'm going to teach you Facebook traffic. When I teach you Facebook traffic, I'm telling you right now, that should be the only thing we ever do again. Really, we're going to teach other stuff. I'm going to teach you strategic partnerships where you work with major companies offline to promote your products to people like Walmart, Pepsi, and Ford Motor Company, and smaller companies too, but strategic partnerships with bigger companies where you can actually get them to sponsor your product and pay you to do it. I'm going to show you the whole entire thing. It's like a 3-hour training. It's crazy. I'll show you how to do the whole entire thing. But once you learn Facebook, you should never do anything again. Because like I said, Facebook is the highlight reel of everybody's life. They give you the information. And if you're there and you want to use it, you can sell things to people like crazy all day long. All right, and it's not hard. It's easy to do, and it doesn't cost that much money either. You're gonna get. I had to throw another picture of me in there. Sorry, just had to do it. You're gonna get live monthly coaching calls with Cameron and myself. It's not gonna really be Q&A stuff. We are gonna answer all the questions that come in, but I know some of you are used to our Q&A where it's just like, okay, we're here. It's 9 o'clock. First question coming in is from John. Here it is. We're gonna actually be doing strategic, tactical stuff once a month, where we get with you and we break down funnels and businesses and results and what did this person, Joe had a launch this month. He put a product out there. What did he do? And we're just going to break the whole thing down, rip it apart, and we're going to get inside and we're going to show you how it's done. And we're going to do it every month, okay? And we're also going to take questions from you and all that stuff as well. So what I want to do now is I want to pause the screen, and we're actually going to go inside of this, and I want to show you some of the stuff that we're going to be putting in here. So I'm going to pause my screen, hop back on the old internet, if I can get out of my PowerPoint. And you guys should see my screen now, right? All right, actually, I'm going to pause it one more second really quickly just so I can get into this. And by the way, I know my screen is paused right now. I'm going to pop in here and get to you in 1 second. Okay, so now we should be back on. You should be able to see it. Okay, so I'm just going to break some of this down for you. I'm not going to go through the whole entire thing because it's massive and it's a little ridiculous. And it would take me a long time to break it all down for you. But the quick start, this is where we talk about, we have the welcome video, which is whatever. But we have the numbers where Cameron's going to go through a calculator with you that he created on exactly how much money you want to make and what you need to do to get there. Okay, when it comes to the numbers, when it comes to how much traffic you need, what conversion rate you need, everything, what should you charge, all that stuff. I'm going to take you through brainstorming a product. It's about an hour long and teach you how to map out an entire product, everything from start to finish. Then we're going to get into the quick cash funnel. I'm going to show you Cameron's actually going to show you how to set that up and get that ready and rocking for you, because we want you to make money as quickly as possible, because we want you to reinvest that money into traffic that you can build your own product with, okay? Then we're going to go into traffic mastery right away, because we want you guys, again, traffic is the name of the game. Anyone can build a sales funnel really clearly. Anyone can create a good product that people will buy. Anyone can create copy that people, will buy into. That's really not the hard stuff. I can teach you that in 5 minutes. But the traffic stuff is really where the rubber meets the road. That's what you need to master. So we're going to go into Facebook. We're going to go into media buying. We're going to go into joint venture stuff. I believe I'm doing Facebook. I know I'm doing Facebook. Cameron's doing media buying. I believe I'm doing JVs, and I know I'm doing strategic partnerships. And I think both of us are doing offline traffic. So everything is covered there. It's 5 videos long, but it's or 5 lessons long, but it's massive. And this right here is the last traffic thing you're ever going to need. And if this is all we included, it would be worth everything because you're never going to need any kind of traffic again in your life. Then we're going to go right into ebooks. And I'm going to break this down for you like you've never seen it broken down before. We're going to do an introduction and an overview, obviously, which is going to be me rambling on for a couple minutes about why ebooks are the greatest thing ever, which they're not, but whatever. If you like to do them, you do them. Then I'm going to go into about an hour and 15 minutes of an ebook creation template. I'm going to walk you through. If you do that video as a workshop, by the end of the video, you'll have the ebook created. I'm going to tell you, right now, this is what you're going to write. This is how you're going to start it. Right? I'm going to break it down section by section and why we do it that way. And if you do it while I do it, you'll have the ebook totally done by the time the video is over. Then we're going to start getting into some sales stuff. Sales page creation in Lead Pages, sales page creation in OptimizePress, sales page creation in ClickFunnels, sales page creation in a free option. So I'm going to show you how to do it for free as well because some people don't have the money, they don't want to pay, and that's fine. That's totally cool. There are free options out there that you can use. You can create great sales pages and great sales copy with free stuff. And I'm going to show you how to do that as well. We're going to get into the creation of it like we did before, but we're also going to deep dive into how to write the copy, how to get the conversion rates up, and things like that. Then we're going to transition into lead magnets. We're actually doing this backwards, and there's a reason for that. We want to create the bigger thing first. Then we're going to go into the lead magnet second. But when you actually create the funnel, these two are going to be the other way around. So we're going to have the lead magnet first and the sale second, right? So we have the lead magnet creation template, different from an ebook creation template. Teach you how to do lead page, landing pages in Lead Pages. That's weird. Landing pages in OptimizePress, landing pages in ClickFunnels, and a free option. And then we're going to talk about thank you pages. We're going to create a thank you page, and I'm only going to show you how to do that in the free option. Because when I go through Lead Pages on OptimizePress and ClickFunnels, I'll show you how to do it right then and there inside of the main video. Then we're going to do the same thing with video courses and membership sites. We don't mean membership sites recurring revenue. We mean just setting up a membership site like I showed you quickly before. But I'm going to deep dive into it and show you how to customize the entire thing so that your audience loves it. I'm going to teach you video sales letters in here on ClickFunnels, Lead Pages, OptimizePress, and a free version as well. We're going to teach you delivery inside of OptimizePress, ClickFunnels, and a free option. And we're going to do that for also intensive training and high-ticket product sales. We're going to do that for consulting and coaching, the same thing that you see here on these other sections. We're going to do it for all of these. Recurring revenue. We're going to go into technical training, so you have no problem with setting up your hosting and, what theme do I need and why do I need this plugin and, all that stuff. And then we're going to put it all together at the end where you're going to be able to build a massive funnel where all of the stuff work together. The reason why we're creating it this way is very simple. We want somebody to come in and say, I only want to write. Well, you can make $100,000 a year writing stuff. You can make $1 million a year writing PDFs. I only want to do videos. Well, you can make $1 million a year doing video courses. You can make $100,000. You can make $50,000 doing video courses. Doesn't matter. Same thing with intensive training when it comes to speaking on stage, webinars, and all that. Same thing with consulting and coaching. Same thing with recurring revenue. We want you to be able to do these one by one if you want to, but we also want the big players, the people who want to really hit a home run, to be able to put it all together, put it into a funnel, and blow up. Okay, so that's just a sneak peek inside of this stuff, and that's how we're going to be doing it. So I'm going to go back into the slides here for a second. I always hover over this. If I press that, we would be in a lot of trouble because then I'd have to start over from the beginning and I'd bore you all to death. Okay, so now that you've seen inside, let's do a little price breakdown. We have 100+ video tutorials inside of the Passive Profit Partnership Program. At $47 a piece, now you guys know that our videos are not just 5-minute little here's how to do some theory thing. I go on for an hour and I go through the whole entire thing. And a lot of people think it's boring or whatever, but the people who like it are like, wow, that's the greatest thing I ever heard. And I hear that all the time with a lot of videos that we do. So the videos are worth money. Okay, so we're estimating about $47 per with in-depth Lead Pages training, with in-depth OptimizePress training, with in-depth ClickFunnels training. It's about $47 a piece. We have 100 of them, so we're valuing that at about $4,700. We have the Quick Cash Funnel, completely done for you. You guys who have taken our consulting stuff, you know what I charge for consulting. All I do is build sales funnels. We can call it what we want, right? We could say box 1, box 2, box 3. All it is a sales funnel, same thing. And I do this for businesses all the time. Okay, small businesses, medium-sized businesses, I do it every day. And what I charge them is $10,750 per month to not only build it, but maintain it as well. And I don't provide them with the content. They got to do that themselves. We're giving you the content. We've created it all for you. We created the sales page for you. We've created everything that you need. All you have to do is put your PayPal information in so that you can collect the money. And we're valuing that for you at $10,000 to create that funnel. And it's already done. Access to our private Facebook group. That's really priceless, to be honest with you, because you have the accountability, which is amazing. And you have the JV opportunities, which is also amazing. $197 a month for that. Monthly strategy sessions with Cameron and myself. Again, it's not going to be the Q&A that a lot of you have seen before, where we just say, it's 9 o'clock, we're here. We're going to rip apart people's product funnels. We're going to rip apart people's launches. We're going to tear apart people's ads and show you what's right and what's wrong about them. $1,000 a month for that, and that's low, in my opinion. Because you're going to get more value, in my opinion, out of that stuff. Once you learn all the stuff that we're going to teach you inside of the membership area, you're going to get more value out of that than anything. Because we're going to say, this ad was perfect, but the headline sucked. And we could have got another 2 or 3 points out of it if we just changed these three words, because that's not the way you do it. Right? And then we test it and we see, and we come back to, the next time and we say, well, we tested this last time, how did it go? And we just really break it down. You're going to get our Traffic Mastery program. $997 for that last traffic program you will ever have to buy in your life. We're going to teach you everything you need to know about driving traffic. Accountability and JV partner opportunity, priceless. There is nothing in the world more valuable than this. I'm telling you right now, when you start coming together with other people that have similar interests than you, everybody says, 5 people around you or whatever the hell the saying is. This is where you got to be. This is where you got to be. You're hanging out with the wrong people. Hang out with the right ones inside of our Facebook group. Hang out with us inside of our Facebook group. We'll hold your feet to the fire, and you're going to have massive amounts of JV opportunities right there for you. So the total value of the program is $16,397 plus around $494 per month. But when you package it all together in the Passive Profits Partnership, the price is $2,997. But we do have a payment option as well. It's $297 for 14 months. We'll finance you over 14 months. But because you're on a live call with us tonight, this is only available for the live people who are here, we're not going to charge you the $2,997 or the $297. You can get started right now with an investment into your future. You can go to iwantpassiveprofits.com for just $99. And I'm kind of like laughing and smirking when I say that because it's stupid. It's dumb. All that stuff for 99 bucks. Like, really, that's crazy. $99, and it's 12 months. Now, here's the thing. We have a one-time option for $897, and there's you're getting $291 savings. Whatever. Not a big deal. If you wanted to do that, great. The savings is there. You can do it. In my opinion, though, make the commitment for 12 months. And it's not because we make a little bit extra money. It's just because if you sign up for 12 months and you're serious about it and you plant that flag, you're not going anywhere, and you're not going to recognize yourself this time next year. Next summer, you're not even going to know who the hell you are. You're going to be a completely different person. Every single part of your life is going to be completely different in 12 months. So, yeah, we have the payment, the one-time fee for $897. You could do that and save a little bit of money. My opinion, I go with the $100 a month, and I just make that commitment. And I stay there, and I do it. Because I know it makes sense, and I know that I'm not going to recognize myself in 12 months because my life is going to be radically different. By doing this, you're locking in a savings of $2,000 if you take action tonight live on this workshop. Promise number 1, the price will increase to $3,000. We're just doing this to get it off the ground. We want about 400 or 500 people in, and then we're going to raise the price to $3,000. When we start podcasting and stuff like that, we start really hitting the big audiences, this is going to go way, way up. Because, to be honest with you, it's worth much, much more than what we're selling it for. Promise number 2, Passive Profits will never be released at a lower price than you see it right now. $99 is the lowest price you're ever going to see it at. Okay. Number 3, lifetime access is going away. We are going to be adding a yearly renewal fee. So even if you pay the $99, this is not for you guys, but later on when we start podcasting and everything else, when we start doing that and hitting the big audiences, we're going to say you can pay the $99 a month, you can pay the $1,000, you can pay whatever it is. But every year you got to pay us $1,000 to stay in. Or every year you got to pay $2,000. You got to renew every year. For you guys, you pay the $99 12 times and you're good for life. You pay the $897 once, you're good for life. You never have to pay anything again. All right, so that's a lifetime access. We have a 30-day risk-free money-back guarantee. If you do not make money within the first 30 days, we want you to tell us, and we want to give you your money back. It's just as simple as that. Okay, we're here to build passive income with other people. That's why we're here. If you're not doing that, or you're not willing to do what it takes to do that, because all of you could if you just put your mind to it and did it. If you're not willing to do what it takes to do that, we don't want you in the group. And the only way to get you out of the group is to give you your money back. So please tell us so that we can get rid of you, so that we can have good people in there, because we have a Facebook group that has accountability and JV opportunities and everything else for the other people. And if you're not willing to do whatever it takes to make the money and make it happen, we don't want you there. So if you're not making the money, please let us know. We will give you your money back. It's a 30-day guarantee. Okay? So remember, you're going to get 9 weeks of intensive training. You're going to get over 100 video tutorials when we're done with the whole entire thing. The quick cash funnel, which is done for you, monthly strategy sessions with us, access to our Facebook group, traffic mastery program, accountability and JV partners, real world value, $18,697 plus $1,194 a month. I don't know where I came up with the extra $3,000 in 4 slides, but somehow I did. That's amazing, isn't it? I think the thing on the last one was like 16 grand. I don't know where I came up with that. But whatever, it is what it is. Maybe I'm a little off. But that's where it's at. Okay, you could start today your new journey. Passive profits, $99 right now. You can go to iwantpassiveprofits.com. You have a 30-day money-back guarantee. You get everything, lifetime access for $99 for the next 12 months. Or you can do the one-time option for $897. And we'll bring Cameron in now for some question and answer.